Hello everybody, so this is going to be a video explaining some stuff to you, or a lot of you who don't seem to understand some stuff. So in this video I will be talking about how I knew I was transgender. A lot of people message me and they ask, why did you choose to be transgender? And so many people have asked me this, and I'm just going to get it explained in a video to everybody. You don't choose to be transgender. It is not a choice. Everybody seems to think it's some big decision that you make, like, oh, like one day you wake up and you're like, oh, I want to be transgender today, like, oh, I'm going to be transgender now. It doesn't work like that. It's like always there, but the reason why people don't usually come out about it until probably when they're like older is because the hate behind it and the fact that people don't understand what it is. I knew I was transgender because of just how I felt and like how I dressed and like how I felt in my head about stuff. And if you look back at my like baby photos back when I was like only a little toddler running around, you'll see even then I'm like, there's this one photo of me where I've got like a hat on backwards and I'm by like a little like toy car with them pedals on. They were so fun. I wish I could still fit into them. But you can see it all throughout my life so far through pictures about how I haven't really been the typical girl who's like makeup and Barbie dolls. That was never me. It was always Spider-Man and cars and stuff like that. But I never really liked wearing makeup. All the girls would wear like skirts to school, like short skirts to like show off half their ass, which is really inappropriate and they thought was attractive, but it really wasn't. I always just wore big baggy trousers that I was comfortable in. I never did anything with my hair. I usually just tied it up, like tied it right up, or just kept it down and didn't style it. I was never into the whole just makeup and 3-hour routine getting ready thing. It was always just wake up, stick my hair back, stick on some jeans or joggers and an oversized shirt, and then off I went. But no, it's always been there, and my family wasn't surprised when I came out, and a lot more recently, just before I came out, within the last year or two, I did cut my hair short into like a girl style to begin with. This is before I came out. It was more of a girl style with it long down the side. A lot of you have probably seen the pictures of that, and it wasn't very good. The reason why I got that done was because my mom wanted me to have like a girly haircut, and I suggested a more boy style to her, and she was like, no, why don't you have this, which was like more of a girl style. So I was like, okay, I'll get it done into a girl's haircut. I was still getting it done short, but it'll be in a girl's haircut. By the way, this is before I came out. And even when I had that girly haircut, I was always like putting it back over like this way to try and make it look like more of a boy style instead of having it down the side. And then I eventually, while my mom was out, because one side was longer and the other side was short, I just got a pair of clippers and I just shaved the longer side as well along the side, so it's just the top that was long because I wanted it to match. And no one was really bothered about that. They quite liked how it looked. I always kept it slicked back, and to be fair, it didn't look great. I did it myself, so of course it's not gonna look great, but I made it work until I could get like a proper haircut done. But I had been cutting my hair since, and every time I gave myself a haircut, I'd put it more and more into a boy style. Before I came out, I had mentioned to a couple of mates, I was like, I think I might be gender fluid, which, if people don't know what that is, it's where you're a girl and a boy, kinda. It's really hard to explain. Google probably explains it better than I do. So I said to a couple of my mates, I was like, I think I might be gender fluid, and I'm feeling in a boy mood today, so can you use like male pronouns please? And a lot of them did over Snapchat. They used male pronouns when I would ask them to, and that was great, and I loved that people just did that and didn't really question it much. And after a couple of weeks of just doing that with like close friends, I realized how great and happy I felt being called a boy, and having them say him and his and he. It felt great and it made me so happy. And I didn't have that when they were using girl pronouns. Like, I hated it when people would use girl pronouns. So I came out and I had quite a good response. All my family were quite supportive. There are some family members that don't understand it, like, but that's like kind of the more older people in my family, which is understandable because the older you are, like, the less likely you are to understand it, just because you've been brought up in a different generation where it hasn't really been as accepted as it is today. I've just had like 20 notifications come through at the same time on Instagram. Follow me. But yeah, and just since I've came out and since everybody has been using the right pronouns and stuff, and I've been able to express myself how I want to, I've been so much more happier. The only issue I have now is the dysphoria behind, like, because I'm not on hormones, I haven't had surgery, I haven't had anything yet, so I still get misgendered quite a lot, which it does hurt a little bit, but I can't blame them because obviously I'm not on any type of hormone treatment and I don't pass as well as what some people do. So if someone does misgender me, I don't get mad because I know they're not doing it on purpose. I know they're not doing it just to be an asshole, which, I mean, some people can do it on purpose, like certain people, but I just kind of shake it off because it doesn't really matter. When people misgender me, 9 times out of 10 it's just because they don't know. The best thing I can do really is just to correct them and just say, like, hang on, yeah, that's not me, this is me. I've dyed my hair back blonde again. I mean, it's actually blonde this time because before it was like an orange, and I love it because people say it looks better than the black. And so I have my hair cut done properly, so it's grown out a lot, but it is still looking better than what it would if I did it myself. And my clothes as well, I'm buying so many more clothes now from the men's section. I used the men's changing rooms in Primark. I was like a little bit nervous to go in there and use it because it was like the men's one in the men's section. But when I went up to the lady and I said, like, 'cause I had 2 items, I was like, yeah, 2 items please. And she literally she just gave me the tag and she didn't even look back, she didn't even question anything, she just gave me the tag and let me in. And I was pretty happy about that. I did put on quite a bit of a voice to try and like pass a bit more. Whenever I speak to anybody in public who I don't know personally, I will lower my voice a bit. I'll speak a bit more like this and try and make it sound a bit more like manly. I'm also on minoxidil now, which helps. You're meant to use it in your hair to help your hair grow or thicken, but a lot of trans people I've seen have used it on their face and it has worked very well for them. When they, like, you know, pre-testosterone, you want to try and pass a bit more. People are using like hair growth on their face. It has made my like spots come out really bad, only because it's like a really oily liquid, but it is working. I can see a difference. You can't see it on the camera because it's really light, but if you follow me on Instagram and add me on Snapchat, you'll see my daily updates of how well it's going if you want to check that out. But I'm gonna stop this video now because I've just realized how long I've been rambling on for. But thank you for watching. I hope I've cleared some stuff up and explained things more to the people who don't really understand as much. Make sure you follow me on all my social medias and check out my last video about a special limited offer that I've got for you guys. Thank you for watching, and turn my post notifications on to see when I upload in the future. So thank you.